Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling, as you see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today in dun 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 dun. We're back. I'm back from my holiday. Here I am, returned once again, and I'm torn in pieces. Can't deny it, can't pretend. Just for you are the one. But yeah, I'm back. Hello everyone. I hope you had a nice time enjoying the Happy in Paradise videos. I actually could have recorded an episode yesterday, technically, but I didn't. But yeah, I had a very nice time as well, digging the Halloween vibes. But good evening everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 9:33 PM on Wednesday, October 29th, 2025. Yeah, so I have 0 episodes in the backlog right now, so got to record something today, got to record something, and we've got to record two other things today. Namely 1,000 Times Resist, and I guess a Patrick's Parrot box, which is almost over, and I need to start the thumbnail art on the next one. I picked what series it's going to be. I'm also using the Joy-Con Drifty Joy-Cons mainly because my original ones ran out of battery. So we're probably just going to go around picking up weeds, I think, from our island. I could have started recording earlier. I didn't really feel like it, to be honest. I was playing some games, catching. Oh my gosh, the Joy-Con drift is crazy bad now, isn't it? So we'll see if we even be able to. Did we miss any villagers' birthdays? Doesn't look like it. But yeah. So we're just basically going to clear stuff up. But yeah, how was it? It was a good time. To be honest, it was very chill. I went to Sweden. And yeah, I basically just had a very lovely time, is what I'd say. But now we're back. What should we talk about? You know, I haven't done Gacha Talk for ages. Uma Musume, how's it coming along? I finally have my aces prepared for Champions Meet. I finally got a good Summer Marozensky run. It was actually a pretty poppin' one, apart from the fact it didn't max out the speed, so I guess only slightly not poppin'. But she got S medium and S turf somehow, and I was like, what? I really, really wanted it to hit 1200, but unfortunately we got no rainbows or something on the final few days, so couldn't quite go over that edge. Remade my Ogre. My Ogre now is an absolute tank. She will never die to stamina debuffs, and she still wins, which is still pretty good. And yeah, that's about it. Like we can do. I've been running some scrims. I've been doing like decently well. Like decently okay, which if you have a last Champions Meet is anything to go by, it means I'm going to do pretty well, because the last, as I say, these scrims that you run against people who are actually tryharding, and most of these people don't try hard that much in the game. So yeah, gotta look forward to doing the next Champions Meet now as well. The new mode coming out. I haven't looked up how that works yet, but I should at some point. Wow, we have a lot of flowers about the place. But yeah, well, what else to talk about really? Not really sure. What can we start by talking about? I'm still trying to think. What I can talk about is in Music League, how that's going. Because there's one thing which I wouldn't say it surprised me to like an extreme degree, where I was like, whoa. But anyway, with TLDRs basically we're part. Me and my friends, and some people I don't know, well, maybe I should say better, as one of my friends organised a Music League, or maybe a couple of my friends, I don't actually know who was a progenitor of it. Which is basically, each week there is a theme, a musical theme, and you pick a song to go into it, and then everyone votes on the songs. Based on everyone's own individual metrics, and what I've been doing is I've been voting based on kind of like what I vibe with most, as long as it fits the theme. And most of the time we do fit the theme. I think there's only been a couple of times where I've downloaded something which clearly did not fit the theme. Well, one of them was a joke, to be fair, but the others have just been like, yeah, I don't really vibe with that too much. But yeah, but the most recent theme, and the context is it's basically about discovering new music. At least that's how I'm taking it. Yes, there's a technical competitive element aspect to it, but that's not all that important to me, especially because my music tastes, as you might know, are very niche in very specific areas. Like I have a pretty good knowledge of like East Asian songs, and by East Asian songs I mean K-pop and like idol music, and some like Japanese popular artists. I don't know all of them, of course, a huge amount, but I know some. And yeah, I've been trying to basically submit songs in my specific niche because I mean those are what I know best. So for the first week I submitted a K-pop song from Oh My Girl called Fifth Season because I actually quite like that song. And then second week I submitted an Idol Master song, which I was even surprised was on Spotify, because I was like, what? Called Akikaze ni Teofute. And this third week the theme was questions, basically. Like the title had to be in the form of a question, and I actually struggled a while for this one because I actually struggle, I feel like, a decent amount with most of these, because it sounds like, talking with other people, is that they get like whole playlists, sort of like, you know, they can think of like up to, I don't know, like 30-40 songs or something which could fit the theme, and I'm like, okay, I feel like for most of these I've had at most like 3 songs I can think of, which if anything goes to show how little music I really listen to. But yeah, what I was going to say about it is, what was I going to say about it? I can't remember now. Yes, this week one was questions. I actually struggled a lot with it because I couldn't think of a good song for a very long time. Like one of the songs I was thinking of doing, which I can reveal now, one of them was a Love Life song called Yora Zora, sorry, wa Nandemo Shitaru? No? Something like that? Does that make sense? But it basically does a night sky know everything, which is Love Live song. People would have hated it. It's a very like slow ballad, but it ended up being one of my favourite Love Live songs. But I was like, okay, well, literally the song I just submitted, the second song, is like a sad, not necessarily ballad. I guess I'd put it more in like a surprisingly upbeat, melancholic song. And I was like, the first song I did also had like very sort of dainty, ethereal feelings. Like I should probably like pick something from a bit of a different playbook, because the other song I was thinking of doing is one called I can't even remember the title, like Donna I can't remember it exactly. What are you waiting for? But it's not on Spotify. Donna Ketsumatsu. That's a word I should learn. Ketsumatsu, which I guess means ending. Ga onozumidai. Ketsumatsu. Which means what ending are you waiting for? It's not on Spotify, and I realised, oh, it's probably because, or not probably, like I found out I should say, it's because the artist is heavily cancelled, for good reason, I might say. I'm not going to go into it, you can look it up if you want, which is a shame because the song actually slaps. Oh, no, my Joy-Con disconnected. The song absolutely slaps. And it's one of a few Vocaloid songs which the official release, one of a few Project Sakai songs where the actual release was not a Vocaloid but an actual singer, because I was like, I want to sort of stick to actual singers if I can. That's what most people are used to. Some people are going to be put off of Vocaloids. I don't even like the Vocaloid sound in some of the songs. I kind of prefer human voices, but you know, that's not to say I don't think Vocaloid necessarily has its place and that it doesn't work in some songs, but you know, you got to play to your audience a little bit. To make it not completely, you know, change the vibe of the song. You know, make it, in my opinion, a neutral voice, which is a human voice, and then from there they can judge the song, I suppose, on more the merits of its tune and not so much its lyrics, unless they can be bothered to look it up. That's why I try to put a short blurb about the lyrics, because they're in a different language each time. But yeah, the song I submitted this time is a song called Lavka, or Labuka, I should say, which I can't remember who the composer is off the top of my head. Labuka song. Hiragi Kirai. That's that. And it's a pretty popular Vocaloid song, initially sung by the Vocaloid Flower. But also, as I found out, its official release also came with, I believe, Ado, who's a popular Japanese... I don't know what genre she sings necessarily, pop rock maybe? Maybe it's just rock. But she's very popular for the song Usewa, if you've ever heard of it. But yeah, apparently she did like the official release, like human cover, I suppose, of Lavaca. So I submitted that because I was like, this is a pretty like fun song, and it's a pretty sort of different vibe to the others I put down, and you know, why not? I was struggling to think of like my first choice fell through, so like why not go through? And I didn't really. Well, technically my first choice, I was like, no, it's a wrong vibe. My second choice wasn't on Spotify, and my third choice, so this was like my third choice after a lot of thinking, and I was like, oh yeah, that's technically like a question, isn't it? And lo and behold, it ended up winning the round. Not only did it win the round, it actually won by a decent amount as well. It's like one of the highest scores I think I've seen in the Musical.ly. I don't know if it actually genuinely is, but it got 14 upvotes, which I don't know. Let's see, hold on. The highest one from the first round was 9? Really? I thought there was someone who got like 12 or something. Oh yeah, they got 12, but they left the league, unfortunately. The second one got 11. Which is pretty good. And then this one got 14, which is insanely good. Like, I was shocked by how positive the reaction was to the song. Not that I thought people would hate the song. I mean, I think it's a good song, but I didn't think people would resonate with it like so much. Because it is a bit of a strange song. I mean, it's an electro swing song, which, you know, as a genre itself is not that strange. In fact, it seems to be coming more and more in vogue, I suppose, recently. But I certainly think, like, the way the lyrics and vocals sound, and it definitely has a bit of a strange eccentricism to it. But, you know, people jive with that. And I'm like, heck yeah, that's what it's all about. This is what the Music League is for. And I was genuinely very happy about it because I was like, oh, you know, I don't know how many of these people had ever heard of this song before, but now I got to show what this really cool song, which I do like, to people, and people enjoyed it, you know? Again, like, I'm not so much here for the competitive element of getting points and things like that, but, you know, I guess in some ways it's sort of like a validation in a way. Not validation that my music taste is good, because who cares, that's a subjective fact, but more like a validation that, oh yeah, you know, this is like the songs I'm sharing are being, no, I'm sure they're being appreciated in the sense that people are like, oh, this is something different, but like being appreciated in a way where it's like, oh yes, not only is it being appreciated, but it's like, yeah, you know, I dig it, and I'm like, that's cool. That's kind of like, that's what we're here for, IMO. Well, maybe not like literally here for, but I was like, that's really nice to see happen. So yeah, what else do I have to say about that? Not really all that much, to be honest. I'm just glad that people liked the song, to be honest. Again, as I say, it's a song that I really like, so the fact that other people liked it made me go, yeah. I'm glad. This makes me happy. So I submitted a new song for the next theme. This theme I already thought of, actually, before I thought of what I was going to submit for this theme. Mainly because I found it a bit easier to think of this one. I won't say what it is necessarily, but it is a Project Sky song. And it's quite an infamous one, I think, if you're in the community. So if you know it, you know it. Because the theme is fear. And I immediately thought of this song, because I was like, yes, I don't know a single song which gives me as much anxiety listening to it in a way. But yeah, I mean, I think it's always cool, because I feel like, isn't it always that really classic thing, you like try and share something that you like with some other people, and then it's like, oh, maybe it doesn't resonate exactly in the same way to them, which is totally okay. People have different likes and wants and desires from things. I'm not saying that shouldn't be how it is, but more so, what I mean is like, you know, it's like the classic meme of like, oh, you know, I'm sharing my like a YouTube video which I found hilarious, and then like your friends watch it and they just go And that's it. As much as, you know, obviously your friends don't mean it that way, probably. There is something sort of inherently demoralizing about it in a way, where you share something and it's not reciprocated in the same like. Which is fair, because a lot of the time your friends don't have exactly the same interests and likes as of you. And in that case, that's when you start seeking out the community itself who do appreciate it, then you can all, you know, geek out against it, across it together. That's generally the better way, you know, to do things, because I'm sure my friends have done the same things to me. They showed me something and I go, oh, that's nice, or like, I don't really get it. You know, like one huge example I can think of, I'm sure, is about cars or whatever. Because I have a few friends who are really into like F1, into cars and that sort of thing. I'm sure they have spoken about it before, and I, you know, as a good friend, will politely listen and nod along. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get the same excitement they do, but I'm happy that they get the excitement from it. But there's always that certain je ne sais quoi missing by the fact that I don't resonate with it in the same way, right? Because I don't resonate with it the same way, I'm not going to engage with it in the same way that they might engage with it, which is, again, I would like to reiterate, completely and 100% fine. But it does feel a bit sad, I'm sure, as a friend. And definitely, you know, I'm guilty of this when I was younger, you know, really liking things and being like, why don't my friends like it the same way that I do? I think this is the greatest thing ever. Well, the truth is, it's probably not the greatest thing ever. It's good, and you like it. But the greatest thing ever? Let's not go that far. And it's great that you like it, but it doesn't mean everyone else needs to like it in the same vein. Is that like a hard truth? I don't know if I describe it as a hard truth, but it's definitely a lesson to be learned, I think. Me and my teenage years. Learning it. And now, you know, I take it as a pleasant surprise when my friends engage with something in the same way that I do. Whether they go out their way to do so or whether they don't. It's appreciated nonetheless. And I think I'm very thankful for the fact that not all of my friends will engage with all of the things I like in exactly to the same degree, but sort of spread out over all my friends, or most of my friends. I think most of the things I'm into are covered in one way or another, which is nice. I'm probably, and I don't really seek out the community in the things that I do, you know, enjoy and like, or too often anymore. Nowadays I don't really have the time. I definitely should have as a teenager. I think that would have been good for me, but you know, sometimes that's just how it goes. And what can you do about it now? Well, I mean, now you can still seek out communities. There's nothing really stopping you, to be honest. Just more so that, like, what was I going to say about it? I don't remember now. Just more so that sort of mutual understanding, I think, is nice. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to round this episode off here. I didn't realise it's been 20 minutes already. I haven't even done the thumbnail art. Will the thumbnail art get finished this year? I don't know, honestly, anymore. Who even knows? I hope so, but I'm not going to count on it. But otherwise, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, where am I looking? Okay, hold on. Bye-bye for now.